It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Get in the right room. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check.
Here's Herbert. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Herbert on 3rd down now.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
But one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. 51 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd down, Haywood. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action now. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And going deep for Hill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league.
Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, 29 yards. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year, and look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Mahomes now on first down. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
From the 50, here's Herbert. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down now, Haywood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He wants it all for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Herbert. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this returnable for Hill. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On second down, Haywood. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. On the return, Phillips. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Herbert. A short throw to Ingram. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Herbert on 1st down now. And the Chiefs are going to get him. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start with the option, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes, and going deep for Hill. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Taking on the midfield logo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert now. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Evan Ingram there to make the grab. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. You know they wanted, you know they expected, they needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
They have Mahomes hit, he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Haywood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run on first down. Haywood. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 81 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll keep it on the ground. Haywood, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
He started out having some troubles back in the 1st half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down now, Haywood. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Right there. 54. Right there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Mahomes. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mahomes.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Flushed out right. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and that will do it.
They are moving on here in the playoffs. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.